Assalamualaikum. We are from Group General Item Department. We present about financial statement. So this is our teammate, which is ALYA MAISARAH, NURHALIZA, Nurul Hawani, SYAZWINA, NURHALIZA, and lastly SITI AISYAH.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ALISYA. I will be presenting about cashbook. First, how we fill up in cashbook. We started our business in the beginning of February and we start getting sales. We recorded the sales in a book. When the end of May comes, we close our business and recorded the information in cashbook that we created in Excel. Next, I will be explaining on the debit and credit in cashbook. All transactions in cashbook have two sides, which are debit and credit. All cash receipts are recorded on the left side and all the cash payment are recorded on the right side. Debit recorded all of the money flowing into an account. Credits recorded all of the money flowing out of an account. In our cash book, on the debit side, we recorded all the transaction between customer and cashier. On the credit side, we recorded the transaction with the supplier. As shown, these are our cash book we created in Excel. Our cash book is divided into 4 months, which are February, March, April, and May.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Nurul binti Muhammad ZAID, and I'm going to presenting about the use of cash flow statement. Okay, the first one, cash flow statement provide a detailed picture of what happened to a business cash during a specific period. It is also known as accounting period. The second one for cash flow statement is that cash management can verify profitability and liquidity position, also verifying the capital cash balance. Okay, now let's look at the differences of cash book and cash flow statement. What is cash book? The first one for cash book is to record all day-to-day cash transactions without the accounting period. Okay, the second one for cash book is records all type of receipt and payment transactions during the period. Okay, the last one for cash book is records the receipt and payment of cash transaction. Okay, let's look at the cash flow statement. It's not the same thing as cash book. Okay, what is cash flow statement? The first one is record the transaction under the head cash from operating activities, cash from financing activities, and cash from investing activities. Okay. The second one for cash flow statement is the cash flow statement is prepared at the end of the accounting period. Okay, now let's look at the cash flow of our general item department. The first one is cash flow on operation. Our sales is 472 ringgit and 60 cents, and our stock purchases is 359 ringgit and 90 cents, and our total cash flow from operation is 112 ringgit and 70 cents. Okay, the second one is cash flow from investing. Okay, the first equipment purchases. Our equipment purchases is 9 ringgit and 60 cents, and our total cash flows from investing is 9 ringgit and 60 cents. And next, for our net change in cash is 102 ringgit and 10 cents, and our beginning cash balance is 0. Okay, our ending cash balance for the cash flow is 102 ringgit and 10 cents.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. So I will be the next presenter presenting balance sheet for general item department. Balance sheet is the financial statement of a company which includes assets, liabilities, equity capital and total debt. Balance sheet includes asset on one side, liabilities on the other. For the balance sheet to reflect the true picture, both heads, liabilities and assets should tally. Usually calculated after every quarter, 6 months or 1 year. So this is the balance sheet in the slide for our department, calculated on 26 May 2023. We don't have non-current assets. The current assets at bank is RM 103 ringgit and 10 cents. So total current asset is RM 103 ringgit and 10 cents. For liabilities and owner's equity, we do not have liabilities, but the total owner's equity is RM 103 ringgit and 10 cents. So the liabilities and assets is tally. That is all from me. Thank you.
So, our monthly profit and loss statement for 4 months, we got RM99.70 for February, RM61 for March, RM19.20 for April, and lastly, RM189.60 for May. So that our total expenses are RM369.50.
Okay, so for this slide, I will explain about how to prepare profit or loss statement by step. For the first step is to calculate the sales revenue, and second step, calculate of the good of sold, and the third step, calculate the total purchase of every month, which is from February, March, April, and May. And the fourth, calculate the gross margin, and the fifth, fill the operating expenses from the business, and for the sixth step, compute the operating profit, and the seventh step, calculate the taxes, interest, and depreciation. And for the final step is calculate the net profit. Next, I will explain about what if our department general item get a profit or loss and why. Our department, which is general item, get a profit of RM103.10 because we sell the item at a suitable price based on cost of each item. And the total purchase and revenue was RM369.50, which is less from our total sales that makes our department get a profit.
My name is MAISARAH. I will be presenting on general item ledger. Our accounting period consists 4 months only, which is February, March, April, and May. So the first one is ledger for February. We have 3 ledger, which is capital, sales, and purchases. For the capital, we have only one entry on 30 February, and the total amount is 300. Next, sales, we have 3 entry, which is 21 February, 23 February, and 27 February, with a total amount of RM9.70. And the last one is purchases. We have 3 entries, which is on 40 February, 23 February, and 25 February, with a total amount of RM99.70. Okay, for the next one is ledger for March. We have sales and purchases ledger. So for sales, we have 9 new entries with a balance BD on RM9.70 and 9 new entries on 1 March, 2 March, 3 March, 6 March, 7 March, and 8 March, 9 March, 20 March, and 22 March with a total amount of RM108.80. Next, for the purchases, balance BD is RM99.70 with the new entries for March with a total amount of RM160.70. Okay, so for the next one is ledger for April. For April, we have 2 ledger, which is sales and purchases ledger. On April, we don't have any sales, so balance BD is RM108.80, and that's it. For purchases, the balance BD is RM160.70, and new entries on 1 April with a total amount of RM179.90. Okay, so for the last one, ledger for May, the balance BD is for the sales ledger. The balance BD is RM108.80. And we have 11 new entries, which is on 5 May, 8 May, 9 May, 10 May, 12 May, 17 May, 18 May, 19 May, 23 May, 24 May, and 25 May with a total amount of RM431.50. And next, for the purchases ledger, the balance BD is RM179.90, and we have 2 new entry on the date 8 May and 12 May with the total amount of RM359.90. And the last one, expenses ledger, we have the one entries only, and on 12 May, with the total amount of RM9.60. Okay, that's it for our ledger. Okay, so what is ledger? Ledger is an account or record used to store bookkeeping entries for balance sheet and income statement transaction. Accounting ledger journal entries include accounts like cash, account receivable, investment, inventory, account payable, account expenses, and customer deposits. There are 3 types of ledger, which is general ledger, sales ledger, and purchase ledger. General item use only 3 ledger, which is capital, sales, and purchases. That's all from us, and thank you for listening our presentation.